listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl, Fein, and Sean Miller, breaking down betting into 4 categories to help you stay ahead of the game, sharing their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet it, where to bet it, and who to bet on. Now here are your hosts, Daryl, Fein, and Sean Miller.
Welcome to How to Bet, our howtobet.com podcast. I'm Daryl Fein along with Sean, the genius Miller, Neri Rodriguez, handling the graphics for us as always, doing a great job producing this show and giving us some insights on his picks as well. Remember, you on YouTube, yes, you, go to that like button, like it, hit that notification bell, hit subscribe. Most importantly, hit subscribe. We really appreciate that. We need you to subscribe to us. Again, we appreciate you watching us. There's a trillion different options out there, so we do appreciate you coming along with us. Go to howtobet.com, various sports books, promotions for various sports books around the country, including the 2 that you see scrolling underneath, exclusively at howtobet.com, but you have to get there, howtobet.com, to get them. So, again, we appreciate you coming on. We broke down the West. Now we're going to break down the South region. These games are played Thursday in San Antonio. And it all starts with a Big Ten team that's still in it against a team that always seems to be in it down the stretch, and that is the Villanova Wildcats, a 5-point favorite over Michigan, the Michigan team that a lot of people said shouldn't even been in it. If they were in it, they should have had to play that play-in game. It seems to happen every year. Usually it's Syracuse. Usually Syracuse is, they don't belong, and then they make a run. But this year it's Michigan so far. Listen, I didn't like them from the beginning. I had Colorado State that first game, but give Michigan credit. They're really playing pretty well. They're doing what they have to do to win. They're playing much better than I thought they would. So we have to give them credit there. Now they have a Villanova team that looks like a tournament-ready team. Their first 2 games, slow start against Delaware, but they did what they had to against Ohio State, although Ohio State's not very good. Ohio State beat a Loyola Chicago team, one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a not non-16 seed in the tournament history. It was awful, and they beat them by 12. They couldn't score more than 52 points. So it's it's a Villanova team that have the best point guard in the country when it comes to this type of play. It's a 5-point spread. Totals 134.5. I'll tell you right now, I'm sure you could tell who I like just by my opening monologue there. I like Villanova minus the 5 in this one.
Yeah, I don't see this game being close. I mean, Villanova should win this game pretty easily. Gillespie's a beast. I know Michigan's on a run now, but I think I underestimated Villanova just because I watched some of that Big East final. And just saw how brutal that. It was just a terrible game, but they won. So yeah, I just think they're. Jay Wright has done a good job. It's the most. He's got 8 or 9 now.
He's unbelievable. Does an unbelievable job. Now the only thing here, Sean, is if you wanted to go Michigan's way, if you're looking at a matchup, there is a matchup problem with Dickinson in the middle with for Michigan. There is a matchup problem. Villanova does not have a good inside presence. So I expect just Dickinson to be fed at will here. I also expect Villanova to double him. So that'll be an interesting challenge as well. But I do think Jay Wright will figure it out. I think they will double him, and and see how well he passes out of that double team.
Villanova's defense is better.
There's no question. They're better defensively. Again, the only thing I could see here is a matchup in the middle, but I still will take Villanova in this one. I do like the Wildcats minus the 5. The total in the game, 134. I'm going to stay away from that. 134.5.
Yep, agree.
Next game in the South is very intriguing and one that we have a lot of interest in personally because we took Arizona on the futures. Arizona barely gets by TCU. They had to go to overtime to do it. The Cougars, a very impressive performance once again against Illinois. There was a situation we just talked about Dickinson in the middle against Villanova, and what Villanova will do. Cockburn, I mean, he's a man among boys, and I have to tell you, Houston did a great job. It took him a little while to figure it out. He could not pass out of that double team. They started double teaming, he couldn't pass out of it, and that led to the win, the 68-53 win. It's a very impressive Houston team, probably the best rebounding team in the tournament. A very good defensive team. They do struggle offensively at times.
They're good against the spread too, 24-12 against the spread.
24-12 against the spread. They're a little streaky. Kresaw came back for Arizona, their point guard. He didn't look great, but he does have a whole week now to get healthier with that ankle. So the line is Arizona -1.5, went down from 2 to 1.5. The total in the game is 145.5. This is really an interesting game. I'll be rooting hard for Arizona for reasons that I said I have a future bet. This is a scary game.
I mean, but if you're going to give me my national champion at -1.5 in this game, I'm going to take him. I mean, I picked him. I thought this was going to be the matchup here, and before the tournament started, I thought Arizona would beat him, and now it's only -1.5. I mean, it's almost like bonus. I'm going to take Arizona here again.
Yeah. Physically, I think this is a good matchup. Arizona, Houston has this. They just crashed the boards. They have good inside presence, but so does Arizona.
Arizona actually has more. They rebound about 2.5 more per game, so a lot more assists. I mean, when you look at the numbers, it's really close here, but the over under here is 145. So I think they expect this to be pretty high scoring game.
Arizona, I mean, they score the ball.
I think if this is a high scoring game, here's what Houston only gives up 60 points a game. So if they're expecting this to be a high scoring game, I don't see how Arizona loses. I don't think Arizona loses like an 85-81 game. I mean, the way I would see Arizona losing is on if Houston kind of holds them down with like 80 to whatever, 80 or 75 to 70 or 75 to 68 or something like that. They kind of slow them down. I think that would be like the under. I think if it's this game gets up into high 70s, low 80s, obviously it goes over. I think that favors Arizona.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a high-scoring game. Arizona, it favors Arizona, and I would like them to cover. Neri, you have an opinion on this number 1 seed Arizona against the 5 seed Houston Cougars? Houston shouldn't have been a 5 seed. They should have been a better seed than that, a higher seed than that. But
yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. Like, this is probably going to be one of the best matchups, hopefully, of the tournament. I still like Arizona in this one, and like Sean said, the 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this is a tough game. I would go with Arizona if I had to bet this game, but this is a tough one to call. So yes, Arizona Wildcats, the 1 seed against the 5 seed Houston Cougars, who are playing very well. Very impressed. I was very impressed with them against Illinois. I know it's not a good Illinois team, but Cockburn was a mismatch. They figured him out, and they really just did a great job on the boards. Okay, so let's take a look at the odds to come out of the South. That'll scroll across the bottom in a moment, and Arizona obviously is the favorite, but at plus 150. We saw in the West, Gonzaga was minus 165 to come out. Arizona at plus 150, Houston at plus 200, Villanova 250, and Michigan at plus 850. So that's really interesting to me, Sean. Very interesting that the two teams playing in that game are the 2 favorites to come out of the South.
Yeah, and I think after this game, obviously that the odds are going to change. But look, you're getting Arizona, the top seed, at plus 150 with only 4 teams left in the bracket. I don't know what they were before the bracket started, but it wasn't much.
Well, what did you get them at? You in the futures, you got them at what?
Let me check. I got them. I know I got North Carolina at plus 2,500. I got Arizona. Let's see.
I got Arizona at plus 600 when I made the futures bet.
To win the region?
To win national championship.
Oh yeah, I got them. I got Arizona before the before the region started, I got Arizona at plus 150 to win the South. So they exact same odds now. So
Right.
basically, you could have waited to get it at this. Obviously North Carolina, I got them at plus 2,500 here, and obviously nowhere near that.
Yeah,
but
we'll get to that in a little bit. But
odds
yes,
haven't changed because Houston and Villanova are still in the bracket. So I mean, basically, it's the same odds. It's pretty, pretty decent value. I think. If you think Arizona is the best team in the bracket, you get them at play. You bet 100, you get 250 back. So
yeah. A reminder that we will be with you at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday with another live show. We'll break it down again for you, those Saturday and Sunday shows or games coming up. So we'll break it down 9 a.m. Saturday Eastern time, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time for a live show. We appreciate everybody watching last week. We got some good feedback on it. We appreciate that.
After North Carolina plays, they got the game scheduled at 9:57 on Friday, but that game, there's no chance that game starts before 10:20.
Right. We'll have bigger bags. I'll have bigger bags under my eyes come Saturday morning, but because we'll have to stay up and watch those. Hey, listen, it's a work project. We got to stay up and do it. A lot of coffee. There'll be a lot of coffee in my future. So, So remember, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time for our live show. And remember, watching us on YouTube, we appreciate it, but we appreciate you subscribing. Subscribe to us. We really do appreciate that. Hit the like button, the notification bell. Go to howtobet.com for exclusive offers from various sports books around the nation, including the two you're seeing scrolling by. They're giving you free money. Take advantage. They're giving free money. You see points bet, first bets risk-free up to $2,000, earn up to $100 in free bets. That's a great promotion.
Just think, if you took that
FanDuel
$500 risk-free bet and put it on North Carolina money line the other day, you would have been up about 1,500 right now.
Yeah, that's a good play for sure. So yes, get to howtobet.com. And again, exclusive promotions from various sports books. You see FanDuel on the bottom scroll, 30-1 offer. Bet $5, get 150 in site credits regardless. If your bet wins or loses, you can't beat that. When we come back, we're going to break down the East in Philadelphia. We'll do it after this. Go to howtobet.com. This is our howtobet.com podcast.